Hello, it's Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Today, when I'm recording this, it is June. Some of you may have just come back from the beach. You're currently at the beach. You're heading to the beach sometime soon. So I'm going to do a beach-themed card today. This is the stamp set that I'll be using, Beach Day. And then there are dies that go with it. And if you're watching this video in June of 2024, the bundles right now, the stamp set and die bundles are on sale. So make sure you go check that out. Go to stampinontherock.com right here, and you can check out the bundles, and they are on sale this month. So I'll be using the Beach Day stamp set and the dies. For those of you who've been around for a little while, how nice is it that the stamp set and the dies have the same name now? Hallelujah, that go together. So perfect. So this is what I'll be using. I'm going to be using Crumb Cake ink pad, and I think that's the only ink pad. That's the only ink pad. And then I'll be using some watercolor pencils to do some coloring, and we'll get started. Let's get started. All right, so the first piece I'm going to be using is a piece of crumb cake, and this is the exact measurement this way, doesn't really matter, but it's 5.5 inches across. And I'm going to make a little sand edge for our card here. So I'm pulling in the little mini. This is the mini cut and emboss machine. If this is new for you, look, it's real cute. It's tiny and it folds up. A little noisy when it folds up, but it folds up with a little handle on it. Great. So I'm going to open that up. And these plates come with it when you purchase this. And just a side note, again, if you're watching this in June of 2024, the cut and emboss machines are on sale too. All three of them. There's a regular size white one, there's a mini white one, and then there's a mini boho blue cut and emboss machine. So all three of them are on sale during June of 2024. So if that's on your wish list, this would be a time to take care of that. So let's go ahead and let me pull out this little piece right here. There's tons of dies in here, so many of them. We're going to pull this one out here, and we're going to put this down. And I'm going to lay this on top. And let's lay this on here. Okay. And put this one on top here. And we're going to run this through. Let me move this out of here so you don't have my arms sticking in there on you. I'm just going to crank this through. Okay. And here you go. Look at this. You have the sand, little wave kind of going on there. We'll just get rid of this piece here. Our card base is a white card base. I already scored this. Let me fold that in half. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to use, let me put this away. Put your dies away right away, because sometimes they just slide off the table and you can lose those. So as soon as you're done with that, just put that back in the packaging. I'm going to be using a blender brush. These are fantastic. Blending brush with crumb cake. Just going to put some ink on that. And then this curved edge, I'm just adding some ink, just brushing it on here to give a little color variation. So just on the top, can you see that on there? It's just a little bit darker on the top. I think you'll see it better when it's on the white paper. So that's it with that one. We'll put that aside. And then we have some little seashell stamps. You have a sandcastle. You have a little bird here. In a class last night, we called it a sandpiper. I don't know if it's actually a sandpiper, but there's a little sand bird. And there's some seashells, some little greenery here. Well, it's probably at the beach. Maybe it's, well, sometimes it's green. There's a bird up top here. So let's find our seashells. A little tiny one here. And we'll stamp some seashells along our beach. Some of you might be shell collectors. I'm going to set that aside. All right, so that's it for that piece. So let's take that and put some adhesive on here. If you do go to the, oh, can I get my ink at my glue to come out of here. Maybe it got stayed open a little too long to dry up. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay. If you do go to the beach, do you have a place that you go every year, the same place, or do you like to go different places? Feel free to leave a comment and let me know where your favorite place to go to the beach is. My family will be heading to the Outer Banks next month, and I'm super looking forward to that. Okay, again, working white on white sometimes is a little bit of a trick, but there we go. So just got to hold that on there for a second. All right, so there we go. There's our sand. Now, remember, I've said this before. I line it up on the left side, and the right side might be a little off, and it is. So I'm going to grab my scissors. Let's see where my scissors are. Hang on a second. Here we go. So I'm going to grab my scissors here, open this up, and you see how there's just a little bit of edging hangs off? Trim that off. Trim that off. You'll have more of a finished looking card. There you go. So you don't have all that extra stuff hanging off. All right. So that's that one. All right. So there's in here, there are palm tree pieces. There's this little tiny skinny piece here, which is your palm tree, like what do you, oh my goodness, words. The stem, it's not a stem, the trunk, I guess, the trunk of the palm tree. Goodness gracious. And this is really nice because they actually give you, in this set here, there are 2 palm tree leaves so that you can cut them out at the same time. And they're going to overlap each other, okay? Just for time a little bit, I did those already. What I did with my palm tree leaves is I cut them out from the pack of paper that's called Full of Life DSP. So look at that. All those variations of colors are great. So Full of Life DSP. So feel free, grab your DSP papers, your designer series papers, the pattern packs of paper, and put your dies on there and cut them out, and you get colors right away. So look at all that. That's great coloring. All right, and this is my trunk. Now, you have different options for this. This is really skinny. So you could use adhesive sheets on the back, which those are great. You could take the liquid glue and just put little tiny dots on there, and that's fine, but sometimes it gets a little oozy. The other option is I have a little tiny sponge right here. I actually took a larger sponge and just cut it down, and I'm just going to put some glue on the sponge, and then I can take the sponge to my trunk here. And that way it's not getting tons of oozy glue all over the place. We're going to put the trunk down here. Okay. And let's grab our palm tree. You have 2 pieces here. Again, I'm going to just dab on some glue. And we'll put that one here. Sometimes it's a little sticky. It's part of crafting. Sometimes, all right. And again, I'm just going to dab a little bit of glue here. And again, there's 3, like I said, there's 3 different ways you can do that. You can put the liquid glue right to here, use adhesive sheets. Adhesive sheets are great. I mean, I will tell you, if that's something you haven't tried yet, you definitely want to. All right. So we'll take this one and we're going to rotate it a little bit. And press that down. Okay, so there we go. So we have sand, we have our palm tree. Now we're going to do a little lifeguard station. So in this set here, again, there's this lifeguard station. I love the way they did this. Let's see, we need a large block. Do I have my large block here? That is not big enough block. Let's see, where's my large block? All right. I thought I had the really big, large block right here, and I'm not. Oh, here it is. All right, we're good, guys. We're good. All right, a large block. We need a large block for this one. Okay, and we're going to stamp that with Memento Black. Okay, when it's a large stamp, typically we take our stamps and we put them to the ink pad. When it's a large stamp, sometimes it's hard to tell that you've got it all covered. So put your stamp down and take your ink pad to it and go this way. because then it's pretty easy to tell that you got the whole thing. So I'm going to stamp that on here. Okay, we gotta make sure you press all around so that you're getting the whole image. And we'll pull that off, and there we go. Okay, let's close this up. And this part doesn't matter which you do first. You can color it first, or you can cut it out first. So let's just go ahead and color it. I'm really just using a couple little colors here. I'm using Early Espresso. We'll use yellow and some red. Okay, so I'm going to, and I did not grab yellow, I grabbed a pink. Let's grab yellow. Let's try that again. All right, yellow. All right, so watercolor pencils you can obviously use with water, but you can also just use them just like regular colored pencils. So we're gonna give like a little caution flag here and color in the little flag yellow. We're done with that one. This is, I'm assuming it's a lifeguard station, that it's all wood. It's usually wood, right? So I'm just going to, I'm using Early Espresso for the whole thing, but I'm coloring light, very lightly, so that I get like a tan color. All right, I'm going to try and do this somewhat quickly. I know some of you love to color, maybe others it's not your favorite thing, but you can color this with colored pencils. You could use your Stampin' Write markers, you could use Stampin' Blends. So really whatever is your preference of colors, of medium for coloring. Again, I'm just coloring lightly so that I get a tan color. And then I'm going to show you how it looks like I'm using two different browns, but I'm not. All right. Maybe it's not quite as neat as I would do if I was slowing down a little bit, but you get the idea here, right? Okay, let's go down here. Get that cross section down here, and we're good. And like I said, if you wanted to, if you want to grab a blender pen and go over it, you could do that. Now, I just wanted some of the edges to be a little bit darker brown, so I'm going to do the frame of the window, and all I'm going to do is press harder. Okay, just going to press harder on it, and then it looks like you have two different browns, but it's not. Okay, let's get the top here. Okay, and I think that's it for the windows. We're all good there. Okay. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Let's take the red, and we'll get this little life saver here, little life preserver. And we'll color that in red. Oops, I think I missed a little tan spot here. This is still part of the lifeguard station, so we'll color that later. Okay, so there we go. All right. So that's our lifeguard station, and of course, because Stampin' Up! Thinks of all of these things. I love the designers we have for our items. I told you there's tons of pieces in here. You even have waves. Okay, there's waves right here. You could make waves on your card with the, you know, the ocean in the background. So, here we go. This is die is going to go over it. If you have a problem with putting this on here and then you go to, you think it's all set up and then you go to run it through and you're like, oh shoot, it cut out crooked. Go ahead and put this on where you want it to be. Grab a Post-it note, lay a Post-it note over top of the whole thing and push that down. And then that way your die will stay exactly in place where you want it when you're ready to go through. So this one is actually a little too big to fit through this cut and emboss machine, so I'm using the mini ones. We're just going to cut that off of there. And then I'm going to put this through. The Post-it note is a fabulous way to keep it in place though. So let's put this down and get this all in the right order here. All right. We're just going to crank this through. And here we go. It should have worked. Let's see. All right, and then it doesn't cut your Post-it note, so you can just keep reusing your Post-it note over and over again. So pull that off of here. And look at this. There we go. We got it. Little pieces inside there. We want to get rid of those. Let's get rid of this junk on here. All right, and again, just make sure it's a good habit to get into to put your dies away right away so you don't end up losing any, because that would be just sad. So let's put that inside here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back here. Little dots. And I'm just using the liquid glue. Okay, there we go. All right, let's put our little lifeguard station on here. Press that down. All right, and now we wouldn't have the beach without having a little surfboard. So, of course, there's a surfboard stamp here. And then, yes, there is a die right here that you can cut out the surfboard. And again, that Full of Life Designer Series paper pack is fabulous for this because there's lots of great color combinations. So I did this one already. Look at this. It has a little bit of brown and pink in there. I stamped that and then cut that out. And this one I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. You knew it was coming. We got to put some dimensionals somewhere. So there's these little pop dots dimensionals. Pull off the backing. There's a little paper backing on that. And we're going to put a little surfboard here against the lifeguard station. And there you go. Now I'm not even stamping any words on it, but obviously you could. But this is our beach card. Hope you enjoyed that. And again, the stamp set and the dies are called Beach Day. If this is June of 2024 that you're watching this, these are currently on sale, so go check that out. The cut and emboss machines are also on sale. And I think that's it for now. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask below. And let me know, where's your favorite place to go to the beach? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.